Did she brainwash him? And I'm like, what in the HE double hockey sticks is going on, y'all? Really? He's a grown man with his own mind. He stands on his own 2 feet. He can't be brainwashed. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatima, Coach Fatima, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-author of the new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. Now, guys, in this video, I want to share some assumptions that I had about my co-wife and that others wanted to share with me about my co-wife. For those of you that are new, we've been in polygyny for 12 years, to be exact. This past year, it has been 12 years. So yes, we've been doing this a long time. So don't, compare your chapter 1 with our chapter 12. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to your journey, your healing, your growth, your marriage. So just don't do that, because ours was ugly before it was beautiful. And a lot of people don't know that. They just see all this and OPR, these extra videos and all this great information, our trainings, our coaching, our counseling, and they think we just went off and just ran with it and it was just all beautiful. There was many wounds that we all three suffered. So as we know with healing, it has to be beautiful, but be ugly before it is beautiful, before it heals. And that's okay, because that's part of the process. So let's get into these assumptions. Now, some of these are mine, some of these are viewers or people that I knew or got rid of out of my life because they were toxic as ever. And I understood that they didn't want me to win in polygyny. Oftentimes, if people are hurting and their spouse isn't doing what he needs to do as a husband, now we have our job as wives, but if the husband is not doing what he needs to do as a husband, sometimes people project and throw that onto my husband, and I'm not going to let them do that, because he doesn't play with time, he doesn't play with maintenance, he doesn't play with a lot of things, and he's not to be played with, so I didn't let them play. Now, with this, one of the assumptions, and I have a piece of paper here I've written down so I remember them, because my memory is not all that in a bag of chips. It's a hot mess when it wants to be. So I'm going to read these off and go through them one by one with you guys. My co-wife wanted me to divorce my husband. That's one of the major assumptions. That was wrong. And many people might not know this or not, but Coach Nile and I had our own hard conversation. We've had our hard conversation, an initial hard conversation, which was not traumatizing at all. Hard conversations do not have to be traumatic. Okay, they don't have to be dramatic either. They just have to be efficient. You have to get clarity. They have to be honest. They have to be open-minded. They have to be safe spaces, although they are not easy. It wasn't easy to talk about some of these things with her, but it felt better for me personally to hear her answers to her assumptions that people threw on her. She didn't assume anything of the outside world too much. She took it for what it was. But the outside world assumed much of her, and so did I. So this is one of the things that the outside world and myself kind of shared. And so maybe she don't want me here. Maybe she want me out the way, and she figured this is a way to get me out the way. I mean, it's this ruminating negativities and negativity and these self-limiting beliefs and assumptions. Assumptions will always get you in some sort of trouble, and they don't serve us. So I'm like, no, I'm just gonna ask. I got tired, and I'm like, why am I assuming this stuff when I could just ask her? So I did, and she was honest. I mean, and I could tell when somebody's not being honest with me, because I've been around a lot of people that were not honest with me. So there's a lot of subtle signs and there's major signs. When you're lying, you got to have a good memory. When you tell the truth, you don't have to. So she was really gracious, and I applaud her for that. And I celebrate the fact that she was transparent. So, no, it was never she wanted to get rid of me. She wanted me to divorce him. It wasn't that. She saw us all as a package deal. I was unaware of that because I was asking the wrong questions to the wrong person, which would have been our husband. He didn't know how to answer questions about her journey and what she was feeling inside as she would, because he's not her. So he answered them pretty good, but he just can't answer them like I needed them to be answered as a woman from my co-wife. He's a husband, not a wife, not to be confused. Another one, someone threw this one on me. It was like, I think she's trying to outmother you. And I said, she can't outmother me. That's impossible. I've been with my children longer than and spent more time with them more than anybody in this entire world. So she can't outmother me, and she wasn't trying to. We talked about that. Whatever extra love that our children can receive from myself or from my co-wife is welcomed on both ends. She's specifically told my grown daughters that she was not trying to be their mother, but she did let them know that she's there for them. And that meant a lot to me. That meant a whole lot. That really brought down a lot of the barriers that I had put up, because I'm like, I don't know you like that.
Just want to give you all a heads up on my group coaching. I'm so excited about it. So many of you have asked about it. And if you're on a wait list, make sure that you sign up to be on my wait list for group coaching by visiting coachfatima.com to register for that. It's so exciting. I have so many different things to share with you all. If you want to level up and meet the champion within, please join and become a part of the wait list. I'll see you guys soon. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
But as soon as someone offers kindness, gentle words, understanding, hugs that my children actually want to receive, I embrace that, because that's just more love and support that they have in this cruel, cruel world. They know they got it from me and their father. They know that is something that they've always had from us, our love and our support and our encouragement, affection. They've always had that. So they weren't deprived from that in any way. However, if she's willing to offer that to them, mother to mother, I appreciate it. I respect it. I embrace it. I love that she offers herself in that way to my children. I do the same for hers. I can't see myself not being there for them as she is for my children. They're just the children of our family. And I don't feel like this separation, however, we know there's two different moms here. It's different, right? So I love the fact that we support each other in that way. She's just been really great at remembering dates and remembering birthdays and getting little gifts and giving them something beneficial. So I love that they can see it now and go, okay, I love that about her. Because, when it's rough at first, you're just like, oh God, why? You might think that even if you don't say it to the other party. So I really love that she's offered that transparency and been vulnerable with the whole process. It's just like, look, this is beautiful and all, but there's been some rough days for me as a subsequent wife. And then I can kind of see more into her world and how it's been for her, even though she's been like, you know what, it's been hard for me, but I'm still here for the kids, and I'm still here for you, and I'm still here, So I love that. I love that. It's really a great attribute of hers, and anybody that knows her knows for a fact that that is her attribute, her kind heart. Now, and I told her that because, if she's not kind, then, we would have a problem. But she's really, really kind. And we try to be sisters for each other and support one another without just being wives. We wear many, many hats. Many hats. Okay. This one had me on the floor. Somebody was like, Did she brainwash him? And I'm like, what in the HE double hockey sticks is going on, y'all? Really? He's a grown man with his own mind. He stands on his own 2 feet. He can't be brainwashed. It ain't that deep. She would never do such a thing. She doesn't need to do that. This is part of our culture. He embraced it. It's a lifestyle that is not for everybody. We're not trying to shove it down anybody's throat because there's monogamy and there's polygyny. And all 3 of us have taken part in both. But right now we're in polygyny. This is what it is. So we respect both types and forms of marriage. But ain't nobody brainwashed. That man is grown and I want to see it. If somebody thinks that they can brainwash a man that is so solid in who he is. Now, that doesn't mean he's not still learning. That doesn't mean he's not humble. That doesn't mean he's a coach and a student simultaneously. That doesn't mean that his Lord comes first and everything is after that. He has he prioritizes his life. And I know a lot of his life because I've known him for a very, very long time, over 30 years. So I've been here long enough to know that he's not easily moved. So, and then that would go with the assumption that she's trying to easily move him or brainwash him. So no, co-wife didn't brainwash him. That's not how she operates. And he's not the one to be brainwashed. Oh, please. They waste their time trying. Okay. This is huge. My co-wife secretly doesn't like me. I done heard this more times than I could shake a stick at, as they say where I'm from. She's just putting on. She's just faking. She's just acting like she likes you. Do you think she's acting like she likes you? Because I don't know. Can't nobody be that nice all the time. And she doesn't feel nice all the time. She's a person. She has good moments, bad moments, happy, sad, joy, anger. She's got all that. She's a human being. So it's not just she sees me every time and she's like, hey girl, how are you? I love you. And everything falls at your feet. It's not like that. But we do have a good time with one another. We do share our challenges with one another without oversharing. We do have this mother-to-mother bond. We do have this wife-to-wife bond, although we're not in a marriage together. We do have a sisterly bond, although we're not biological sisters. That's okay. Women tend to do that and kind of vibe off each other, kind of gel. But one thing that we know that we're solid on is the fact that we're telling each other the truth when we're talking. There's none of this, act like you care about me and then you use whatever I said against me. Or act like you care about me and you don't care. Or act like you care about me to make yourself look good in front of our husband. Or the world. Or friends. Or the children.
Here are 3 ways Outstanding Personal Relationships can help you.
Make sure you guys are following us on our social medias at Outstanding Personal Relationships on YouTube and Facebook, and on IG at Outstanding Relationships.
And make sure you sign up for our email list. And you can actually email us at support@Outstanding Personal Relationships, where you will get updates on our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored, as well as exclusive access to our lives and bonuses.
Absolutely. If you're looking for more polygyny education, make sure you visit polygamy masterclass.com. Now, if you're looking for coaching or counseling with either Coach Fatima or Coach Nyla, you can find them at.
Make sure you visit me at CoachFatima.com.
And myself at CoachNyla.com.
That's how we can help you. Assalamu alaikum.
Peace.